A controlling performance and a 2-0 win. I don't think it was a spectacular performance, but I still think it was a really good performance, especially the first half where we scored 2 goals. And although Burnley looked threatening at times, they didn't really pose a real danger. So in the first half, I thought Declan Rice was outstanding. Well, actually, for the whole game, I thought he was outstanding. He is like Inspector Gadget with his long legs. You think that he's not going to get the ball, and then from nowhere, he puts out a leg and he's able to toe poke the ball away. So I thought his delivery as well for the first goal was brilliant. I just think that all of his corners are always on the money. They're in the danger area and they cause so much trouble. And I think now Arsenal have that aura that if you concede a corner, we are going to score. And you can almost smell that that danger, and other teams are fearful. So you can smell that fear from the other team that when Arsenal have a corner, something is going to happen. So we're building up this mystique around set pieces. And it's a bit funny because in the media, they portray as Arsenal as just being set piece merchants. But I saw an article where a few years ago, the media were praising Liverpool for being so intelligent when it comes to set pieces. And I think when we have our set pieces, we are incredibly intelligent, because when you are facing low blocks all the time, scoring from set pieces or corners is the best way to break down the opposition, because you are limiting the opposing team from countering on you if you play in a smart way. It's the same thing for long balls. So I think the media narrative, when they tried to portray as Arsenal as it being something negative to scoring from goal kicks, I think it's just rage bait, and I just ignore that for the most part. So Declan Rice's delivery was fantastic, and you had Gabriel leaping like a salmon and knocking the ball down for Gyökeres with an easy finish. So I was really pleased with that first goal, and that settled the nerves. And then Trossard's cross for the second goal, and Rice arriving late into the box to score with a well-placed header. I thought the duel between Trossard and Walker was interesting. There was a bit of argy-bargy, and you could see Walker was trying to get Trossard booked. And Trossard, that's one of his weaknesses, is that he can fall for the bait sometimes when he has to be more calm and collective. I thought he also had an interesting partnership with Calafiori, who was also brilliant today. He was all over the pitch, and Trossard started to build up a nice connection when it came to passing first time around the corner for Calafiori to run onto. Burnley, they caught onto this, and they also tried to stop this as well. So Trossard was also passing infield as well. I thought Timber as well did a fantastic job. Defensively, he was really solid. And going forward in attack, he provided a lot of attacking threat. I thought Saka had 2 really good chances. You could see that he was disappointed from missing these chances. And at least one of them, I thought that he should have done a little bit better, because the shot was very close to the keeper. But credit where it's due, the Burnley defence, they got back and they crowded Saka out. They didn't give him time and to be composed with his shot. The second half was a little bit lackluster from Arsenal. I thought Burnley, they passed the ball around well. They looked threatening without actually being threatening. They did hit the bar from a free kick late into the second half, but by then the game was pretty much done. And I didn't really feel stressed. I just felt like, okay, Burnley are passing the ball around. But when we attack, and if we attack with intent, then we will score or we will make something happen. So it was dominance, and it's just so nice to be in this position because we had the strength in depth to bring players on. So Gyökeres went off with a muscular injury. Hopefully he'll be fine for the next game. We could bring on Marino. Zubimendi, I think Zubimendi asked to come off, and we could bring on Nwaneri, who I also thought did really well in his 20-minute cameo appearance. I think he had a really nice 360 turn to get around two Burnley midfielders. He totally smoked them, and then he was driving forward. So that was wonderful to see. Also, Christian Norgard, I thought he did really well. He had a nice composed performance. He almost reminds me of Xhaka in a way, just with his stature. And he also had a snapshot, which was a really good shot. It was on target, forced the save. It was nice to see Mikel Arteta using his subs and not leaving it until the 80th minute. So, resting the players. So it's nice to have that strength in depth. I was a little worried seeing Saka playing the full game. It would be nice for him to have more of a rest, but unfortunately that's not possible at this time. So I thought overall we played really well. It was a really mature performance where if Burnley had scored, I was confident that we could take it to the next level, take it up a gear, and really put pressure on Burnley. I thought Declan Rice, the horse, or as he's well known, did really well. He was man of the match. I just thought he had a really intense performance. He had some driving runs, and he just really asserted his dominance in the game. And I think that's where we are ahead of other teams this season, is we are rock solid in defence. So there's no panic. Even when we are under the cosh and having to defend, I just feel like the players understand this is part of the game and not to feel frustrated because our chances will come. And I think with Gyökeres, he is such a fantastic player because he stretches the defence. If you look at Havertz, who can link up the play, who is also good in the air, but he doesn't make those consistent runs, I feel, as well as Gyökeres. And it just opens up space for the wingers, for the midfielders to take up that space. I also thought Eze was a little bit underwhelming as well, but he plays differently to Odegaard, so that's to be expected because Odegaard would drop deep at times, and he's also almost stepping on Zubimendi's toes. So I feel like Zubimendi has that space. Eze understands that, and he can occupy the midfield, draw the midfield players out to leave space in behind him. When Eze did have the ball, I thought his technique is amazing, one of the best in the team. So he can have those slight touches, the body feints, and able to create more threatening situations. So I think there's more to come from Eze. I think that towards the end of games, he would be a lot more effective when the defenders are tiring. I think he would have more opportunities to create something. So it's a little bit disappointing that he came off. I think it was around the 70th minute. So it'd be nice to see him either come on in the second half or play the full 90 minutes. Maybe it's a fitness issue. Maybe he just wanted to give Nwaneri a run out because he played really well in the last game. But it's also, I think, Miles Lewis-Skelly also came on as well. So it's nice to give these players 10, 20 minutes towards the end to keep their bodies ticking over, where we're not under serious pressure and they can have that fitness in real game situations. So overall, I was really impressed with the game because it was a mature performance. Wasn't a dominating performance for every single minute, but we just have that aura now that we will make something happen even when the ref is against us, or we feel like the ref is against us, because we can create those situations and we have that weapon of set pieces and the delivery. If the delivery wasn't this good, we would not be this threatening from set pieces, even with Gabriel. So Rice and Saka's delivery is key. And you can see and you can feel as well that they've been spending a lot of time in training perfecting this. So this is through hard work. I don't think it's just through luck. It's through putting the ball in the right places consistently enough to create these opportunities. And I just think just keep marching forward. It's another game, and the most important thing is just to win. Doesn't matter how it's done. Now we have the firepower on the bench as well to bring on. I think Marino did well. I thought he pressed well. I thought he had some nice link-up moments. He doesn't have that pace, but he offers some, just allows us to keep going and having some continuity. And he just allows us to keep going and provide some stability, I think. So let me know, what did you think of the game? It would be nice to hear from you, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.